Welcome to
ZAG
Nuts.
Unofficial ZAG
The
podcast.
unofficial. We have to say that unofficial because we don't want to get
letter.
in. Well, yeah.
But welcome to all our many listeners. It's great to have you back. Too many to count at this point. Yeah. And that's makes me happy.
Makes me
feel
thrilled.
And it's not for me though.
Right.
To be clear, not
for
for
ZAG.
me, for ZAG.
For ZAG.
When there's this much of a fan base for a
For
show
a show
as
that
good
talks
as ZAG,
about ZAG.
then how many
much
people
is
are watching ZAG?
Yeah, because I mean, I would say probably, let's say they get 500 million viewers a week.
Yep,
which
something
is
like
probably accurate.
That's a pretty conservative
we
estimate.
probably only get 100 million.
Right, in terms of listeners.
Right. So we're just a fraction.
And that's always good. That's always good. This has a chance to be a transformative show.
Exactly.
And we're just happy about it. So, those
For
of
the
you who
few
are listening,
people we meet.
welcome.
Yes, welcome all of you.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. I guess that is the thing. It's that every week we have more followers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I hope you've gone back and listened to the other 3 episodes so you're up to speed.
Right.
In addition to watching the first 3 episodes of the show. But
Yeah.
episode 4,
Wow.
here's
Here
what
we
I
go.
said after I saw it. Whirly girly. I don't even know what it means.
Well,
but that's how I felt.
No, I mean, I like that, first of all, spoiler alert, obviously.
Yeah,
To the
yep,
ZAG.
yep.
I like that we find out a lot more about Big Dave.
We find out.
We know what he was working on.
So much more about Big Dave.
We know what killed him.
And I'm not sure how I feel about Big Dave, but I know I feel
Well,
more.
I think we should go right to the tweets. Do you want to go right to some tweets?
Yeah, let's take care of some, what we like to call housekeeping.
The housekeeping portion.
Of the business, yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you want to look at some tweets first?
Sure, yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, and then you can...
And then we'll get into some...
Yeah, you can...
So these are from fans. These are from listeners and fans.
This is our tweets.
This is our Twitter sphere.
Yeah.
These are just randomly selected, top of the list, and we'll just see what people are saying about the podcast.
Yeah, because you know what? I want to know. So right off the bat, I have at Midwest Donut Ben Stiller. We heard from him before.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, so we have a repeat
tweeter.
Wow.
First of all, thank you.
Thank you. I am complimented and I am flattered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Jane. That's right to me.
Okay.
Johnny's smarter and cooler than you. LOL. Suck a butt. HAHQ. What does that mean?
I guess it's probably ha-ha.
But they typed it wrong?
Well, can I just
Can I just say
to this?
that? Like, you know what? I'm okay with that. Because you know what? Somebody's got to be cooler. And it shouldn't be the lady who's married to a 94-year-old guy.
No. Midwest Donut Ben Stiller. Look, I'm flattered. I appreciate, the...
But he said LOL, so he may
be joking. I just want to say...
Or
Jane,
lots of love.
Jane is wonderful.
Yeah.
Jane, nobody is smarter or cooler, in my mind, than Jane. So, at Midwest Donut Ben Stiller, thanks for the note. Thanks for the, for the listens.
Don't thank too much.
But,
it was
tone
a
it
little
down.
hurtful.
A little
Yeah,
hurtful. Not to me,
hurtful.
obviously, and thank you for what you said about me.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So, all in all, thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to say net positive.
I'm going to
But
say
maybe
neutral. Maybe neutral.
Maybe neutral. But anyway, well, we can talk about it later. But
Well, we don't even have to.
we skip over that tweet.
Yep.
Skip the tweet.
Skip that one. I'll edit it out.
Yeah, well,
Maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll deal with it in post.
We'll see what we're doing with time.
Sure.
So you got a Facebook?
I have a Facebook
Okay.
here.
Johnny's going to handle the Facebooks, I think.
So here's just Facebook comment again. We trust our listeners. We always do random generation of what we're going to read on the air.
Yeah, I don't know what we're reading right now.
After listening to your podcast, thank you. I really want to watch a different show. # you ruined it. I mean,
know what?
that's
That's
also
funny
a joke.
because you know what I think it meant?
What's that?
That we've inspired them to not only watch ZAG, but to go out and find more. That's
Do you
great.
think we ruined it? Do you think they're saying like you ruined it? Like
I think we ruined.
like you're better than the show, which I don't think is true. But do you think they're like, oh, you ruined it?
I think they meant you ruined it. Our ability to just watch ZAG because
now they need more.
Because now we've delved so deeply into the meaning.
Maybe they're saying we overanalyzed even.
No, I wouldn't say over. I think what we did was we whetted their appetite for more analysis that they're probably doing on their own.
I mean,
that's my guess.
That makes sense. on the back. It's just,
I don't. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Just like that. Yeah. Oh, and then you do. All right. Well, do you
I'll read another Facebook.
Okay.
I think the rat thing is stupid. Hashtag for Nick a tour.
Say what?
I think the rat thing is stupid.
The rat thing is stupid.
Hashtag for Nick a tour.
Fornicator.
Fornicator.
Oh, that's one of those bend over things
Fornicator.
where you fooled us once.
But hey, what is the first rule? What are the rules, right?
Right. Don't touch the rat.
And no sex.
No sex. So that's, you know what? They're playing with us.
They're doing a little bit of a play here.
We get it.
We're in on the joke.
Okay.
So thank you.
Funny, and we appreciated that, Frank.
Funny. Thank you,
Frank.
Frank. It is Frank.
Frank. And not only that, but they said the rat is stupid.
I think the rat thing is stupid.
Well, maybe the rat. You know what? Maybe they shouldn't.
Maybe the rats think Facebook is stupid.
Yeah, maybe they want to look up Din Din Dindikoff and write to him.
Write to him, because guess what? We don't write the show.
Maybe we need to just put in a
disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
We are in no way affiliated with ZAG.
They want absolutely nothing to do with us.
They have made that abundantly clear.
There are no holds
Which I don't think
barred.
I think that makes sense. I
mean, I get it.
We're the media.
They're the elite.
It's like we have to have a wall.
It's got to be,
So, anyway.
They don't want us scrubbing their back if they're not going to rub us.
I don't think the rat thing is stupid.
I love the rat thing.
But I'm not everybody. Own. All right, let's go back to Twitter. Facebook is a little bit of
It's a little harsh, yeah.
Yeah.
I, at the Iceman Huggeth, LOL. Okay. I love your cast. I listen to it. You guys. Rob. You guys rob.
You guys rob?
You guys rob.
Maybe that's rock.
Yeah. Oh my God. We have some illiterate fans. Or thumbs. Very big thumbs.
Well, at the Iceman. Thank you. Iceman Huggeth.
Thank you for listening.
We don't rob.
I've robbed no one. Well, I
mean,
Al. But I don't take things from him.
And
it's
you're
just that
married.
I know. It's different.
You can't prosecute a wife for robbing
right,
her husband.
And that's why I married him. You know, there's a prenup we're still working on. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
To get back.
That was strange.
Yeah, well, okay, thank you, Iceman.
Thanks, Iceman. That's simple.
Yeah.
That's a model tweet, besides the misspelling.
Yeah, you could work on that, yeah.
But what else we got over there in the Twitter sphere?
On Twitter, we also have at Frank _Frank666.
Frank the Frank.
Frank the Frank.
Okay.
And the 666 always makes me trouble. I'm Catholic. I grew up Catholic, so
it makes me a little on edge.
Makes me a little uneasy.
But let's see what Frank has to say.
It says, why does Jonny sound like he killed a duck with his throat? Seriously, it's horrible. Boo, Jonny, shut up. Whoa. Okay, Frank, you know what? I'm going to flag this as inappropriate.
It is a little inappropriate.
That's a little, you know what? Jonny's throat is what it is.
And I don't know, does he say I sound like a duck?
Sound like you killed a duck.
With my throat?
With your throat. Like the duck was in your throat, and then somehow you killed it. Like you squeezed your own throat. You can't even do that. Your muscles won't even allow that.
I don't understand, Frank, but what I do understand is that it's intended to be hurtful again.
It is. I'm going to flag it as inappropriate and painful and hurtful. But I also want to say, on the good side,
not fair.
If you think Jonny killed a duck with his throat, you are listening to Jonny. And that's a positive.
That's a takeaway.
That's one good thing.
I just think just because I'm a public personality, a public figure, doesn't mean
it doesn't mean you don't hurt. And I'll tell you right now, Frank, he's crying. He's got a tear in his eye. You have a tear in your eye. Jane, don't be that guy.
It's earlier my contact. I don't know. Can we just move on?
Sure, but take your glasses off. If you want me to think that those are contacts.
Okay. All right. Just I'll read some.
All right.
At Zagaholic, which, now we're back on track.
Now we hear
right there with you. The first step is admitting you have a problem.
And the second step is indulging in that problem. Right? For the ZAG, yeah.
Are there guest stars you guys know about coming up?
Oh, boy.
Well.
What are they in our minds?
Do we get to
I think we should. I think we should, because it's not a secret. It's kind of a secret.
Some of you may read the ZAG fanfic, which is
fiction.
It is fiction, but it's really well researched.
Yeah, it is well researched.
And because we have not yet been able to get anybody from the actual show
to talk to
on
us.
Or to respond to anything.
To respond to anything.
And they're busy.
That's why. They're filming
Mainly,
all the time.
All the time. So, because of that, we've reached out to Jessipin. Jessipin Noble, which has to be a pen name. But I get it.
It might be, but...
I mean, I get it. I'm using my real name, and I get, talked about being a duck killer or whatever.
Well,
so,
no,
Jessipin Noble, author of the big fanfic, will be on the show.
Right. And
I can't say when.
Oh, I thought they were asking, do we know about guest stars on the real show ZAG? Like, on the production. And we do have a little inside information on that. Because
can we say that?
I think we can. And look, here's what we did. We sent some friends to the set.
Yeah.
Actually, on Facebook, I'm friends with some people who live in the area where it's being filmed. As we know, that's all over the world, actually.
ZAG regions.
The ZAG regions.
ZAG pockets.
They took their cameras and they, took some shots. And if they weren't protected from the set and the set wasn't secure, that's on them.
It sort of is. It's kind of like,
that's your job. Set
freedom
security.
Of speech,
right. So we saw some pictures.
Yeah.
I definitely saw a picture, and I don't want to freak anybody out, but I did see a picture of Sally Struthers from All in the Family.
Yeah.
The heyday.
You showed me.
I don't know what she's playing. I couldn't make out the costume, but it was definitely possibly her.
What was so interesting about seeing Sally Struthers on set, her costume almost seemed colonial.
Exactly.
Which to me felt like, is she visiting from another soundstage?
Is it a time travel aspect?
Is
that what they wear?
Episode, maybe,
yeah, maybe.
There's some stuff that...
It's possible.
There's some stuff. So,
yes, I also
we do know Sally Struthers might be...
Yeah. Also, this is something I have heard, and I haven't gotten it confirmed, but I will look into it. If you remember, Everybody Loves Raven.
Everybody loves Raven.
No, Raymond.
It's not Raymond.
No, it was Raymond.
It's
Everyone loves Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. No, Richard is
Who's
not it.
Raymond?
It's Raymond Ray Romano.
That's his name though.
Right,
in
but
show.
Sometimes they name
Jerry,
it like that.
Seinfeld.
Lucy, like the Lucy show.
She was Lucille.
All right, but it is Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Anyway, the girl who played the older brother's wife.
The girl who played the older brother's wife, yeah.
Right.
Fantastic.
Her character's name was Amy.
I remember.
The real actress is named Marie Marie.
It's a mouthful.
Horan.
Yep.
I believe Rosenthal. I'm not certain. But anyway, she is guest starring as...
Here we go. Drum roll.
Yeah, I know. Bobby's mother.
Yes, I know. Which is like...
Not only that, I put in a phone call to the Screen Actors Guild.
No.
To please get... I did.
Attention listeners, this is news to Johnny. Jane has kept this from me.
I didn't tell you because I wanted an on-air surprise.
Oh my. What's the news?
I called and I said, could you please get this message to the girl who played Amy?
On Everybody Loves...
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back. Raymond.
Redmond.
No, Raymond. So I'm waiting to hear back. And if we can get her on here to talk about her...
To talk about her role with her work
it
with
would be the biggest...
I mean, that would be a coup.
That would be a
coup.
That'd be a real coup.
My pulse is kind of racing.
I know. I would. I'm excited and I'm happy to have been able to
be validated.
Oh yeah. I mean, she hasn't responded in any way.
Sure.
But if she does,
but you got in.
I got the number to SAG. Yeah.
Boy. Well, it's hard to even read these tweets, but I'm
ZAG. So it was
SAG,
easy
ZAG.
for me. It was like a couple letters down.
ZAG, the ZAG Actors Guild Award. ZAG. Anyway, here's another tweet.
The amount in the cast, I would be surprised they own their own.
Here's another tweet at J&J Fan, which,
that's us.
All right.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Hashtag opposite tweets.
What is that?
It doesn't matter.
What is the first part?
Keep up the good work.
Oh, that's great.
I'll take it.
And who's that? What's the name?
J&J Fan.
Hey, J&J Fan. I wish we knew your real name
right
so we could be your fan.
We're fans of you.
We are your fans. If you had a podcast, we would be listening to it right now and not doing this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading
great.
the tweet. Here's one.
Yep.
At Elderly Advo, which may be advertising, advocate,
advertiser,
something like that.
Probably
maybe.
advertising.
I think Al is being abused. Hashtag free Al. So
Al wishes.
Does he?
He's a little...
He did?
Yeah.
I mean, Al's not...
Al's not an innocent
Al is not imprisoned. He's not being abused.
He could leave. All he has to do is take that IV out and call 911, and he's out.
Yeah, he loves...
I'll give him a phone if that'll make it easier. He adores me. Yeah. We met on that cruise ship, and it was, besides the metal of the wheelchair, there was electricity.
Right. The chemistry, listen, elderly Advo, come visit. Yeah. Should we give your address?
No, not right now.
Not on air, but tweet at us, come visit, talk to Al. You'll see he's a strong, at least from the wrist to the fingers, he's still strong.
He's very strong.
Everything else,
and his mind is shot, but when he comes through, his hands say a lot.
Ability to grip.
Remember when Zurich and... Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. We weren't going to say the names of your triplets. Okay. I've already done it. Zurich. You know what? Do you want to say?
Zurich, Thor.
Right.
And then the girl.
Right.
Obviously.
She's adorable.
Girl.
Yeah.
But not, it's a Danish word.
Gryl.
It's like a kind of a... It's
an empowering word. It's like all of femininity.
In Denmark, it's kind of this...
Yeah.
So it's G-U-H-R-L.
Oh, okay.
Zurich, Thor, and girl.
Right. Well, when Zurich...
Yeah. What a funny scamp he is.
Oh, he's a silly guy. When he went over and said, "I want to break Uncle Al's finger," I said, "You're funny. Try it." Because he's so strong.
His hands are right.
Little did I know that Zurich is really
very
strong. Broke that.
He did.
So, little trip to the... Actually, we just had a doctor come here and said it.
Yeah,
but
get a splint on. Al was... we had just all had a big laugh.
Oh, my God, he laughed so hard. He was like...
It was tears running down his face.
It sounded almost like he was crying.
Because
but he was laughing
Al.
So hard.
Zurich. How can you hold Zurich? He's such a sweet kid.
Oh, Zurich. Well, luckily, Al didn't try to retaliate.
He's the best one.
He is. Well, that's a horrible thing to say.
No. I don't mean...
Of your children?
I don't mean I love him more. I just mean... Objectively, he's the most fun.
Oh, he's the most fun. But I'd say girl is probably the strongest, and we're lucky she didn't get to Al. She's very big. For three, she's like a monster.
They're triplets. Shouldn't they be
the same size?
But
no.
The doctor said genetics are a funny thing.
They are a funny thing. Let me read what I've got here. It's a tweet.
Okay.
At the real Mr. Nuts is my father.
Although that is a response to...
Is my father.
I think Mr. Nuts is always... I have a tweet from... Mr. Nuts is my father is responding to dollars.
Oh, okay. Dollar for balls.
Let's read both of them. Let's read both because this is the conversation after this episode.
Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I see here where I missed.
No, it's complicated, but...
I hear where I missed.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a tweet from $$4_balls_Cincinnati. So $$4Cincinnati. I don't know. Is the device that killed Big Dave a time machine?
Here we go.
Well, you know what? Not the first one to ask that question.
Not the first one to ask.
Let's go right to the response.
Because there's a quick conversation here.
Quick conversation that we are privy to be party of.
Mm-hmm.
Or party to be privy to.
It's a pleasure to be privy.
I know we're a pleasure to be party to the privilege.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's it.
And the answer is the real _Mr_Nuts_ is my father.
Who's a huge... if you're not following the real Mr. Nuts is my father...
No, I have been.
He knows what he's talking about.
He sure does. At $4 Cincinnati, it's not about time travel. It's a soul device for souls going to hell. Oh. That's dark.
Well, this is some evidence. we need evidence. Yeah. This is the key, and there's some interesting thoughts in play. And as always, we should talk about Poochie.
Yes, Poochie. I just got an account, so now I can actually see what they're saying.
And Poochie's interesting. What I like about Poochie is it's a lot shorter. It's a lot tighter.
Yeah, it's
How
actually...
many characters? 14.
No more than 14 characters.
Which is efficient use of
space.
Which is
10 times less than Twitter.
Yeah.
It's a very... You've really got to pack it in.
So here's one at Trouble.
Okay.
On
trouble. I'm trouble. Yeah, I like that.
Look out. I have a theory. Oh, theory, but that's the end. So I have a theory, but no why. Interesting. At trouble. Let's hear more about it.
Yeah, let's hear the second.
I love that you have a theory.
3rd, 4th, 5th, and 8th, and 20th.
It might take some time with the Poochie, but good.
And Poochie only lets you do. It's not like Donald Trump on Twitter. Poochie only lets you when we're staying away from the politics. I'm just saying
because I know that
he's a prolific.
I know that Al
is a Donald Trump supporter,
big time.
Right, but we've had a fight about that. I'm sure you overheard that. Anyway, Pooch is trying to combat Poochie is trying to combat that nonstop bombardment of idiot and just you're only allowed one Pooch post a day. One Pooch post. Yeah,
so maybe tomorrow we'll hear more from At Trouble.
So maybe in about a week we'll get the theory.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah,
keeps you on edge.
It's a little bit. It's a taste.
So with that in mind, here's at Spoled. They say, I hear Bobby's a...
Oh, look at that. They're using all these like shorter ways of getting more out there. I hear is... I would think that means hour, but I think you're right. It's a shortened version of
Maybe
ear.
it's 1 hour Bobby's... We'll have to find out later. I mean, stay tuned.
Keep up on the Pooch.
Follow at Spoled.
I think it's maybe a misspelling of spoiled.
There's just no I.
Actually, I think there's a rule. You can only have so many letters in your username. They really do.
Right.
It's a micro compression.
It saves data.
It sure does.
Which I'm pretty
it really makes you think about what you're saying. And I'm all for that.
Trouble and Spoiled. I'm excited to hear your theories, and I'm excited to hear what happens to Bobby. In the meantime, on Twitter, the big questions. The big questions about the device.
Yeah, the device. Let's go back. Do you want to do a commercial first?
We have to.
We should do a commercial first.
We have to. I mean, that's how you pay the bills.
All right. So here I just got this copy today.
Yep. Here it is.
So feel free. I will be quiet so that everyone can hear.
When your pet is infested and you've tried everything you can, bring your sweetie down to Randall's Skin'em. We remove every hair on your pet. The ticks and fleas have to leave because, to be blunt, they don't have a hair to hang on to.
Oh, that's great.
So go to www.randallskin'em, that's SKINUM, for those listeners who aren't reading along, .com, www.randallskin'em.com, and book a complete de-hairing today. Which, I'm going to tell you something. I did do this.
Did you?
Because there's a promo code. If you go to Randall Skin'em and you use the promo code ZAGNUTS,
which we'll put in the comments below.
Yeah, then you get 50% off.
Oh my gosh. What does it cost to skin an animal?
No. 50% off. So 50% of the hair off.
Oh. For free? Or for...
Nope, it's just instead of a full...
So if I knew my animal was mostly infested...
You get 50% of the hair off.
From the...
Yeah, maybe a poodle?
The paws.
So anyway, I brought my hedgehog. You know my pet hedgehog. Mm-hmm. Very elderly. And...
Actually, oddly enough, we did the math. And in hedgehog years, your hedgehog, Caroline, and Al are the same age.
Roughly the same age. It's
exactly the same age.
They get along
same
so
birthday.
Well. I mean, yeah, my Caroline has been sleeping with Al, actually. Shedding quills. I mean, what a...
It's taken a load off of me.
It has. And I mean, Al has hated it. But, again, they're the same age. They have something...
And Al hasn't said a word about it.
So I brought Caroline to Randall Skin'em because, frankly, she was starting to smell.
Oh, smell. Can you do it for that reason? I thought it was just the infestation.
I
guess you know what?
I also... Yeah, well, that's kind of the thing. I mean, yes, if they're infested, take all the hair off.
Yeah.
But I brought...
Start over. Fresh start.
I wanted to get her stuffed.
Oh. While she was alive?
No, she was dead.
Oh.
That's why she was smelling. We just hadn't buried her yet.
Oh, okay. This could be why Al is not a fan.
Well, he rolled.
Oh.
You know.
Right, he killed. He caused... He was a proximate cause of the death.
We could say that. So, yeah, Caroline, they took half the hair off because I wanted kind of a mangy version of her to be stuffed. Right. Stuffed her.
You don't want to remember her like she was.
No.
Because that would make you sad.
It would. It's a different, sicker hedgehog is the one that we have stuff.
And nobody misses that. You're like, oh, okay. Oh. It was her time.
Yeah, so we threw the kids actually.
That's how I feel they should do human burials. Because when you go to an open casket and the person looks pretty healthy, you're like, oh, maybe this didn't have to happen. Right. But if they look like death, frankly, then you're like, all right, it was time.
It was time. Yeah. There's some truth to that. I think that's an interesting theory. So yeah, Randall Skinham, thanks so much for advertising on our show. And everybody, check them out. They do great work.
We are $20 closer to that microphone that we need.
We are.
Which is $69.99 if anybody's out there looking for a gift.
Now's the time just to give us a couple send us some money.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a couple bucks. I mean, we're not really asking for money.
No.
We just send us equipment.
But yeah, just some equipment.
Equipment would be fine. And a nice chair.
That would be nice. Sharing this bench is hard.
It is hard. It's a hard bench.
That's why they call it a bench.
It's the only thing Al said that we could use.
All right, housekeeping finished, done. And we got a lot out of it from these tweets. I think we should cut right to the chase.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the device.
All right, but before that, let's do a review.
A review.
A review. The last episode.
Here we go.
Episode 3 ends with.
I mean,
I wouldn't say a bang. I would say more like a nuclear explosion.
Well, I might say that's hyperbole.
Well, what is hyperbole?
It means an exaggeration.
Oh, okay, then it is. It actually ended with Bobby.
Here it is.
And
the janitor.
But I don't know. It felt nuclear to me.
Well, it was a big deal.
It was a big deal
because again, we're in this weird timeline of here's Bobby from the episode before sobbing in the shed or whatever, and here's in the yurt maybe, and here's the janitor. Where is he? Is he old now? Is he older? Is he haggard? We can't tell. It's all close up.
But this episode 4, so many things are answered.
Yes, I know. Finally,
let's just hit them up. Let's hit them.
First answer.
Big Dave.
Yes.
What did he do?
He was working on this device, and it zapped him.
So everyone knew.
Everyone knew, and people weren't happy that he was working on this device.
Right, because
it wasn't supposed to be
not supposed to do
involved because obviously it runs on gasoline.
Right.
Which it's a
no.
It's not free.
Right.
And
they
use
not
it for
pay
everything
for the
else.
gasoline.
Exactly. So we start to get this picture of
So it's more of an insult to the community.
Right. There are rules.
That he pilfered the gasoline. And
from the school.
From the school. And so many children then were very cold.
Yeah.
Without their heat.
Which is
what I really loved about this episode is we get the first good look inside that school.
Yes,
and what do we find out? It's not just those babies.
No. Well, it's not just the...
Right, but there's babies.
Yeah. There's all those babies.
It's like a baby farm.
I know. There's part of me that's a little worried, actually, that it's going to become this, like, organ farming.
No, I don't think so. I think these kids are headed to what we found out later in the episode. First grade, second grade, like all... Yeah. And it's weird, the way they have their system. It's like, when you graduate, you leave the building. They don't leave the building until the end of what they call 11th grade.
Which is crazy to me.
What is that? It's not even a number.
Is it an illusion? Is this an allusion? And I'd like to hear us blow this up on the Poochie sphere. To, in my opinion, the greatest Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones, Episode 2. The best one, far and away, underrated.
I don't believe
there's
anybody would dispute that.
There's all those clones. That's kind of what's happening with all these babies.
I don't think so, because did you notice though that one thing I did notice was that everyone other than the Chinese people in the skiffies, everyone inside the Enclave has taken on they don't look identical. There's variation in their looks.
Sure.
But it looks like decades and decades and decades of not inbreeding, but cross-pollination, if you will, where they've all come to look mildly the same color skin. But it's not a race we know. It's kind of a new one.
It's this kind of weird...
It's like a really good tan.
Yeah, something like that.
They've all got like a really good tan. I'd say they're all Mediterranean.
And it's not that sunny.
It is not in the buildings.
No.
Yeah. There's not. No.
I mean, there's no windows.
But they can play in what they call the outside, which is the top floor.
Yeah.
On the roof, which has the dome.
Obviously.
Right.
And all the birds. I mean,
it's like the birds that are in there. It's like preparation for the real world.
Yes,
they're pretend.
Yeah, so we're in that school a lot, and they're teaching the kids about Dave, telling the story, and they say, you know, he touched the device, he was trying to restart it.
And to be clear, this school that we visit, this lesson is being taught. What confuses a lot of people is, are we right after the funeral? Are we years after the funeral when the hair is long on the janitor?
Because we still don't see the janitor.
Right.
And I
so
still
we
feel
don't
like
know
the
until
timeline is...
We don't know until the end of the episode where this fits in. But we do see the students are being taught about what Big Dave did. Mm-hmm. And they don't even refer to him as Big Dave. They refer to him as...
Yeah, they name him.
Yeah.
Which is part of the...
of
Cheeks.
Right, Cheeks. And that, in their society, becomes... You know, when you do something irresponsible and not respective of the whole community, they call you being cheeky.
Right. I mean, they say that a lot in this episode.
In this episode, it's like, are you going to be cheeky?
Because there's that moment where that kid is in class.
Yeah.
And he's acting out, and he's and they call him up to the front, and they rap him on the knuckles.
Right.
Which was the way I was raised.
And me as well.
And they say, you're being awful cheeky.
Yeah. And he just completely melts down. Please no, please no, please no, sobbing.
Chant, cheeky.
And they're like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Until finally he's like, I won't be cheeky, I won't be cheeky.
Right.
And that just sent a shiver up my spine.
It did.
Because if you've ever been harassed by Catholic nuns, this is not new to you.
No. And it does send a shiver.
Yeah.
And that Phil Collins, again, all those strings swelling in, those synthy...
It leaves a sick feeling in your stomach, and
ew.
You're just so happy that he decides he's not going to be cheeky.
Right, but then you feel like, wait, what am I agreeing to? This society's kind of creeping me out. Am I now part of this? You know?
Well, but in a way, it's just don't steal gasoline.
Sure.
And don't build a time traveling machine.
Well, okay, but here's the question.
Yeah.
They just refer to it as the device.
The device.
And now, to me, it feels like
it might
if it were a time machine, it helps explain a lot.